Hello there. Welcome to the Wellness Center. My name is Teresa Bartlett. I'm a doctor. I am the senior medical officer for Sedgwick. I'm happy to be here today. The topic today is demystifying mindfulness and meditation. So today I'll walk you through all the various types, or at least the most famous types of meditation. I'll start with mindfulness. Mindfulness is a form of meditation. And all mindfulness is it's a mental state where you are focused on awareness of the very present moment, and you accept your feelings and your thoughts and everything that's going on inside of you in a very quiet way. Why would you do mindfulness? Well, one, it improves your mood, it decreases anxiety, it improves your ability to think. And it also increases your empathy toward other and compassion and improves the quality of your life. There's a lot of studies out there. Not all of them are huge studies or have been scientifically validated, but there's studies that show that mindfulness has improved irritable bowel syndrome, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, anxiety, depression, PTSD. If you have the thought in your mind that I need to get my arms around how I'm feeling and to really clear your mind, then this is for you. Mindfulness is it. And we'll talk about all the different ways that you could approach this. So there's three components to mindfulness. The first is intention, the second is attention, and the third is attitude. So intention is that you cultivate awareness and you do it again and again and again. If you've ever tried to be aware, it's not that easy to stay on one thing. And attention is making yourself in the present moment. And attitude is when you fail at it, you don't judge yourself. You just notice, oh, I went off in this direction and I'm supposed to be focused on this. So be curious and kind to yourself. The key here of all of this that I'm about to share with you is you have this power within yourself to do it and to improve your life. So meditation, there's lots of different forms, and there's more and more research coming out that is demonstrating how great this is for you, especially if you have chronic pain. So we're going to go through some of the forms of meditation, and I'll share with you some of my trials and tribulations. Um, so it takes time, first of all, and time is a very, very precious commodity. Preferably, you'll have a quiet space that you can take 10 minutes. That's all it takes to start. 10 minutes, sit in a comfortable position, and maybe you build up to 30 minutes or an hour a day. I know people that set their alarm for early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, just to practice their meditation. So make that commitment to yourself and do it. So one kind of meditation can be a prayer. And a lot of people, you see, they have the little prayer beads or they have rosary beads and they're reciting these repetitive prayers. Now, they're not doing it thinking that they're meditating, but it absolutely is a form of meditation. So when you are doing these recitations over and over again, the same prayers, you're focused on saying those words to yourself quietly. It's a form of spirituality and reflection. You're reflecting on the words that you're saying and you're saying them over and over again. And I have a little story about this. A monk was out riding his horse through the countryside and he came across a very poor man. And he stopped and started talking to this man. And the poor man was just bemoaning his life and how difficult it was and how he wanted to pray, but He really couldn't. And the monk said to him, do you know the Lord's Prayer? And he said, yes, I do. And so he said, well, if you will recite the Lord's Prayer in total concentration, I will give you my horse. And the poor man was very excited about this. So he knelt down, bowed his head, and he started to recite, Our Father who art in heaven. Do I get the saddle too? So it's hard to stay focused and to recite and just keep your mind in one area. And that's just one little funny example, but it's difficult. Focus. So that was a little bit of a lesson about focus as well. Focus is a form of meditation. Focus, usually in the meditation space, is about breath. Focusing on how it feels when you breathe in, where you feel your breath, where it lands in your body, and when it leaves your body. Breath is one of the primary ways, especially starting out. It's the easiest thing to focus on. It's something that's very, very important it's easy to practice. I have to share with you, when I first started meditating, I like to use apps to help me meditate. I was using the Calm app, and they would tell you to focus on your breath. You take several deep breaths to feel really great. Feel where that breath comes and goes. And then, okay, now just breathe normally, but keep your focus on that breath coming in and the breath going out. And, seems easy, right? So I would do that. And then they'd say, okay, go. I'll give you some time to do it. And they would be silent for 1 minute in the app. In that 1 minute, I will have thought of 30 different things, and none of it was my breath. And I would almost start to laugh out loud when they'd come back and go, okay, great job. And I'd think, okay, it wasn't such a great job, but, I'm trying. And sometimes you catch yourself and you bring yourself back to the breath. You're like, oh, nice thought, but let me go back to that. Another way that you can focus for meditation is you can think about a person. I think they call this mostly the loving kindness meditation. And what it is you think about a person and you close your eyes and you visualize them. So you think about all the memories of them, how they look, what they smelled like, how they smiled, how they made you feel, and you really be with that sensation with your eyes closed, and you maybe have an image of that person in front of your face as your eyes are closed. And the love that you feel for that person when it's over is even greater than it was before you started. But it's really a great way to focus. There are things like mantra meditations as well. And mantras are generally positive phrases. And they can be very inspirational as well. And some people have a mantra that, there's people who've been through PTSD situations and they feel not worthy. They feel sad. They really don't feel like they're deserving of many good things in life. And so for them, a mantra could be, I am worthy. I am lovable. Whatever. It's I am, right? It's so some people, it might be, I am a kind and loving person. And believe it or not, they may not be able to believe that about themselves. But you don't say it out loud when you're meditating, but you repeat the phrase over and over again. And individuals who are practicing this kind of meditation may write it on their mirror. They may post it on their whiteboard in their office. They may have it on as a screensaver on their laptop or their phone. And it's a very important thing to reinforce positive and inspirational thoughts. And mantras also can be something that correlates with your energy chakras. So you have the crown chakra, which is your head, your third eye, your throat. So, if you wanted to do a mantra about your throat chakra, that was easy for me to say, you would say, I speak truth. Or, your heart one, I love other people. So it's just whatever you're trying to accomplish with the meditation. These types can help you. Transcendental meditation is a specific form of meditation. It's a very ancient type, and it's achieved through silently repeating a mantra. Usually, this is given to you by a guide who maybe you take a course in this, or you have a spiritual leader, and they will give you a mantra for yourself that speaks to you. So it could be something like, I create my own path and walk with joy, or I have a good day because it's my choice to have a good day, or I'm conquering my fears. There's all kinds of transcendental meditation, and it's something that if that's the type that interests you, you might want to seek out someone who can really teach that to you. Another great form of meditation is progressive relaxation. That is achieved by closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and starting at the top of your head and thinking about every muscle group, every body part. Are you releasing your eyebrows and your forehead, your cheeks? Are you clenching your jaw, your lips, your neck, your shoulders? And you go through your whole body like that. And then you end with taking a few deep breaths. And it's amazing how great a relaxation meditation can be. Visualization meditation is something where you visualize yourself in a place that is very pleasant. Maybe you think of yourself on a beach listening to waves, or on a mountaintop looking at a sunset, or in a garden looking at beautiful flowers, or floating on a cloud, or just, you know, meditating in space. Whatever it is, you just visualize the pleasantness of where you are, and you just be with that for 10, 20, 30 minutes. You just stay on that visualization, and it's a very pleasant experience. So, in conclusion, I would just say to you that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. If this is something that you have always wanted to try, there's a lot of free resources online. There's a lot of guided meditations. There's apps. Just take that positive step in the right direction. This type of thing, meditation, has been studied in school children, where a teacher will walk them through meditation every day and then notice the behavior changes over time on how their moods are more regulated, they're kinder to each other, just all the different impacts that it has on them. And I would just encourage you, give yourself this gift and give it a try. And thank you so much for being with me today. I appreciate it. And I hope in some way this really helps you embrace and demystify meditation and mindfulness.